Hello, everyone, again, and welcome to another Practice with Me session. Today, I just feel like I need to move some energy around. I've been sitting and doing lots of work, and I need to move my energy around. So I'm going to do kind of like some sun salutation-y things. It may not be that classic sun salutation. It might. So it's a little bit more vigorous today. So if you need to get your energy moving, get moving. This is a good one for you. If not, come back to it. Yeah, so this is my setup. I'm not using any equipment. It's just going to be me. And yeah, let's go. So just want to make sure you can see, and you can. I'm just standing at the front of my mat. Take a couple breaths. Been a busy day today or so far. So I'm rolling the shoulders back. I don't know if I like that. Let's move that up a little bit. Hopefully you can see better. That works better. We'll roll the shoulders around. My right shoulder is pretty tight today just because I've been doing a lot of this. So let's move it around a little bit. Bring a nice four corners of my feet, just kind of feeling, I like doing this because it helps me to feel really grounded. And finding my Tadasana or mountain pose. So really pressing through the four corners of the feet, lifting that pit of the belly up, not tilting my tailbone, but lifting up some. Frontal ribs soften in, the shoulder blades descend, crown of the head lifted. And arms out to the side and up, maybe stretch back a little bit. That's what feels good for me right now. And extend out and down. I'm going to bend my knees here. Like I said, I've been sitting a lot, so easing into it. Always remembering my breath and trying to stay really present, even though I'm sort of commentating my own personal practice. And drawing the hands up the shins, pull the heart forward. And folding, palms flat, stepping into plank, easing into plank. This is a lunge first. And finding that plank. Trying to keep that mountain pose in. So lifting the pit of the belly, soften the front ribs in. And down dog. So hips up and back. Lengthening through the arms and the side waist. It feels good for me right now just to extend one leg. I don't always do this, but it feels good today. You can keep both legs down. You can open up your hip more if you like that. I don't. And then, for some reason, this is just where I'm going. Is playing a little bit of pigeon here. That hip. So what I'm doing is this knee is sort of out to the side a little bit. It's my right knee. Kind of getting into the hip. And tuck the back toes. Lift again. Bringing the leg with me. Placing it down the other side. Left leg lifting. You can open up your hips a little bit if you want. I don't really like doing that. And drawing the knee into the center. Coming into a little bit of a pigeon. Rocking a little bit in pigeon as it feels pretty good. And when you've been sitting, it's like your spine and your hips, they just take a big hit. So really, I'm just choosing to address that right now. Tuck the back toes, lift, bring the leg with. Nice. And knees to the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the frontal ribs pulling in, moving forward and down. And then inhale, lift to a cobra. I feel that in my shoulder. And it feels good for me to straighten the arms a bit, tuck the toes, down dog. Up to the hands, and you can step, walk, jump, whatever. Feet to hands or hands to feet. I'm going to take a little step. And then inhale, slide the hands up the shins, pull the heart. Exhale, fold. Strong legs though. And then I don't prefer rolling up. I prefer to float up. Easier on my back. You do you. Inhale, press the feet down, coming all the way up and reaching back. And exhale, back to mountain pose. That was one. That felt really good. And sometimes I'll stop there, but I'm okay. I can keep going. Inhale, reach, and exhale, flow. Find your own rhythm. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, and fold, palms flat, step to plank. I'm going to hold the plank just because it feels really good. So I'm trying to get a nice, steady plank there. Not dropping my head, keeping my neck in line with the spine. And then knees to the floor, roll the shoulders back. Really keep the ribs pulling in, reaching forward and down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, tucking the toes, down dog. Really pressing back because it feels really good in my back and shoulders. You can bend the knees if you want. You can walk the feet, whatever feels good. Gazing forward, stepping the feet in or jumping if you prefer. Inhale, reaching the heart, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up. Nice flow. Keep your belly strong. And arm to the sides. I'm going to do that one more time. Adding, I might change stuff up. It's just me and my practice. You do you. Just kind of going with what feels good for you. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the heart. The legs stay strong. Exhale, palms flat. And step. I'm going to set my right leg back to lunge. Right knee down. I'm going to keep the toe tucked, I think, but you can flatten the top of yours if you'd like. And you can stay here or peel the chest off of the legs. Maybe melting the spine in toward the heart, drop the shoulders, lift the gaze, watch the head though. Little back bend, opening everything up. And then exhale, hands down. Huck the back toe, and I'm just going to bring the left leg back up. So I'm in a three-legged dog. And regular down dog, both feet down, press the hips back. Shift into plank, lower the knees to the floor, roll the shoulders, come into my half chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, down dog. And gazing forward, walk, step, or jump your feet. I'm just going to take 2 big steps. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, for me, it's a long spine. Coming all the way up, reaching back, and mountain pose. And the other side. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, fold. Strong body. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. This time, step my left leg back. So I'm in a lunge with the right leg leading. It feels really good on that hip flexor. I'm going to soften the knee, get a little bit deeper. I'm just sort of on the fingertips here. You can put your palms flat if that feels good. So do you. This is your practice. We're just kind of flowing together. And I think it will feel good to peel my chest off of the leg. Reach the arms, lift the heart and sternum, melt the back of the heart toward the front of the heart, putting a lot of weight here in this front leg for me. Deep breath. Feel like a car emblem, old fashioned cars. They had the little angels or whatever on the top. Deep breath. And fold. That back toe is tucked. Lift the knees down, back. I'm going to bring this leg with me. You can go to just that regular down dog if you want. And putting my feet back on the floor, really pressing back. And shifting into plank, knees to floor, really setting up for that chaturanga, strong body. Try not to collapse into it. So really engage your belly, reaching forward and down. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Oh, that feels really good. I'm going to bring my knees to the floor and open legs wide. That's like exactly what I needed. That's one thing about going on your yoga journey. When you can figure out exactly what you need, it's magic. It's magic. And you don't have to follow a teacher if you don't get me wrong. I think it's important to practice with a teacher in their presence because they can see things that you can't. But once you kind of get this thing going, it's like you know what you need and you can give yourself what you need. It's like perfect. Taking my arms and I'm just gonna fold. This is my left. Maybe it's your right, I'm not sure. It feels good for me to rotate heart to the sky. Really careful here with my shoulders. I tend to hunch them. I don't want to do that. And because this right shoulder is really tight, I'm going to put the fingertips on my shoulder here. I'm just going to make some circles. It helps to open that chest. Really focusing on drawing the shoulder down from my ear when it comes down. That feels so good. It's like an internal massage. My feet are flexed, my knees toward the sky. You do you. Maybe it feels better to point your toes. I don't know. Decide. What do you think? And I'll reach my arm again. Like extend and lift. Core is super strong there. It feels good for me to circle my head here. I'm doing full circles. You can do half. Do what feels good for you. You can skip it. And if it feels good, go the other way. And now left arm reaches, maybe it's your right, and fold. And it's like this hamstring, oh my gosh, talking to me. So if your hamstrings talk to you, little tip, pro tip, contract, soften the back of the knee and contract your quadriceps. So pull, it's like you're trying to pull your kneecap up with your quads, drawing them in toward the hip, and they'll start to release that. When you contract the opposing muscle group, so I'm trying to get to my hamstring. So when you contract the quads, it asks the hamstrings to relax. So just think opposite. When you're trying to stretch or open one, contract the opposite group. Pro tip, reaching up and over. And I'll give this shoulder some love too. It doesn't need as much, but it can't help or can't hurt. So opening that up. Ah, nice. And reaching the arm, core nice and strong, slowly lift. Feel like an external rotation of my hips is warranted. So a nice Baddha Konasana, otherwise known as butterfly pose, even though it's really um, translated as bound angle. This distance feels good for me. Some people prefer it maybe wider like a diamond. Some people can go a little bit closer in. Make sure you're sitting right on top of your sitting bones as best you can and not doing this. So roll your shoulders down and lift. If you want to take it as a forward fold, think about your spine kind of moving in one. So instead of rounding forward, kind of coming forward first and draw your shoulders down. I mean, again, that's what works for me, I should say. Do what works for you. In most classes, they will teach it that way. And then when you get to your lowest point, then you can round. I'm trying to come out of roundedness because I'm working at the computer for hours. And so I want to come out of roundedness. So I'm pulling my shoulders back and dropping my shoulder blades down the back. So I'm trying not to round, coming forward without rounding. And release. My left leg goes out, right knee comes in, lengthen. And I'm just going to do a little huggy twist with my left arm, just wrapping it around the right. Take my right arm behind me. Think about lengthening up and using my right hand to help me lift. And you see what I did with my shoulder. My shoulder was here. So dropping it down. I feel like I need a little twist. You can even bring it across. Some people even like doing it this way. But I'm doing here because I just want a little bit more of a challenge. For me, this is a little bit more challenging for me. And then releasing in the other way. So first finding length. This foot is flexed. And then right arm comes around, left arm behind. Again, trying to drop my shoulders away. Thinking lifting the chest. Feels like I'm almost like you're spinning your navel into your thigh. Or that's what it feels like for me. It'll depend on the length of your legs, I think. And release. That feels really good for me today. I can feel the difference, which is amazing. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Just know that these practices are really just in real time what I feel like doing. For more sort of structured yoga classes, I will be having some packages that you can purchase. They are recordings that each of them sort of have a theme or a goal in mind that feel really good. They're really lovely, therapeutic, gentler practices. This is a little bit more, with Sun Salute is a little bit more vigorous. Typically, my public teaching is more gentle. So be on the lookout for those coming in January and February and March of 2023. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Always remember, make it yours. Once it becomes yours, it's like nobody can take it from you, and you don't have to always depend on someone else to guide you once it becomes yours. So here's hoping it becomes yours. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, tell other people. That would be awesome. All right. Thank you, friends, and namaste.